We've been saving for 10 years. Every bonus, every tax refund, every spare dime went into that one joint account. The goal was simple, a down payment for our dream house. Nothing extravagant, just a quiet place with a backyard, a swing set, maybe a garden where our daughter could play and grow up with memories worth holding on to. I thought we were a team. My wife, Erin, and I had been together since college. She was the organized one, always balancing the budget, reminding me to send invoices, keeping track of expenses. I trusted her with everything, especially the money. So when I noticed the account had dropped from $132,000 to $8,000, I assumed it was some sort of glitch, a bank error, a transfer delay, anything but what it actually was. I confronted her that night, a cold sweat running down my back as I handed her the printout. She didn't even flinch. "Oh," she said, glancing at it like I'd just asked about a grocery receipt. "That's correct." "Correct." I repeated. "Erin, where the hell is the money?" She took a deep breath, then shrugged. "I used it." "For what?" Silence. Then, for someone else. The world tilted. She didn't try to hide it. No tears. No remorse. No excuses. Just a confession as casual as telling me she forgot to pick up milk. She had been having an affair for 6 months with a man from her office, some sales director named Ryan who wore designer suits and lived in a loft apartment downtown. She said they went to Italy twice, rented boats, stayed in cliffside hotels. She bought him a Tag Heuer watch, helped with his credit card debt, even paid for his dog surgery. With our money, with our daughter's future, with the house we had imagined together. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just sat there, staring at the woman I had once promised forever to, wondering how someone so familiar could feel so foreign. "Why didn't you just leave me?" I asked. She looked down. "Because he didn't want a real relationship. He has a girlfriend. It was just an escape." "So you threw away our life for an escape?" She didn't answer. The divorce moved fast after that. I hired a forensic accountant, and it turned out she'd been siphoning money for over a year. Thousands a month, cleverly hidden as credit card charges and disguised transfers. My lawyer was merciless. And the judge didn't take kindly to financial betrayal, especially one that jeopardized a child's stability. I got full custody. She got supervised visitation. As for the money, gone. But I kept the house savings account open. I started again, small deposits, 100 here, 200 there. It'll take time, but I'll rebuild. And every time I look at that balance growing, it reminds me, trust is earned, not owed. And love, without loyalty, is just a beautiful lie. Optional ending, bittersweet twist. Years later, I did buy that house. My daughter helped pick the paint colors. She chose yellow for her room. Erin reached out once. An email from a new address said she was sorry. That Ryan left her too. That she was in debt and lonely. I didn't respond. Some doors, once closed, should stay that way. I didn't respond to her email. I reread it once or twice over the next week, my finger hovering over the keyboard more than I care to admit. But every time I thought about replying, I remembered that night, her shrug, her calm indifference, the way she dismantled a decade of trust in a single breath. Some wounds don't scar. They stay open, teaching you pain long after the bleeding stops. It wasn't easy moving forward. I had to downsize, take on freelance gigs during weekends, and learn to cook meals that could stretch for days. My daughter, Lily, never complained once. She was 9 when the storm hit and somehow handled it with more grace than either of us deserved. Children sense things, even if they don't understand them. One night, after brushing her teeth, she looked up at me and asked, "Did Mommy stop loving us?" It took everything in me not to cry. "She got lost," I said softly, "and sometimes people don't find their way back." She nodded, then hugged me tightly, her small arms wrapped around my neck like a lifeline. "It's okay, Daddy. We're still here." Years passed. We didn't just survive. We grew. I opened a small design firm. Just 3 people in a corner office with creaky floors, but we made it work. Lily blossomed, art shows, science fairs, late-night movie marathons. She liked painting, something she said she got from the calm side of her mom. I never spoke badly about Erin to her. I never had to. Lily formed her own opinions as the years went on, watching who showed up and who didn't. Erin did try again. She sent a birthday card 2 years later, then a voicemail, then a letter. I read them all. I even let Lily decide if she wanted to respond. She chose not to. One rainy afternoon, about 6 years after the divorce, I found myself standing on the porch of a 2-story Craftsman in the outskirts of town. It wasn't a mansion, but it was ours. The same house I used to dream about while riding the bus to work. A garden out back. A tree just strong enough for a tire swing. A place built not just with money, but with earned peace. Lily helped me hang a wind chime on the porch. As it tinkled in the breeze, she looked at me and smiled. We made it. Yeah, I said, pulling her into a side hug. We really did. And as we stood there, watching the storm clouds drift into sunlight, I realized something. She might have stolen the savings, but she couldn't steal the future. Not our future. Some treasures, like loyalty, resilience, and a child's quiet love, can't be bought, and they sure as hell can't be stolen. That night, after Lily went to bed, I poured a glass of wine and sat on the back porch. The soft hum of crickets filled the yard, and the faint glimmer of stars peeked through the clouds. I should have felt at peace, but part of me, the part still nursing invisible bruises, kept drifting backward. I opened the old wooden box I kept under the bench. Inside were pieces of the past I hadn't let go of yet. The letter Erin had written after the divorce, a photo of us in college when we were young and stupidly hopeful, and a crumpled receipt from the Italian hotel she stayed at with him, sent anonymously by someone from her office, long after it ended. I stared at the letter for a long time. Her words were full of regret, too little too late, but still honest in their own ruined way. She wrote about how guilt was like gravity, inescapable, that she thought she could have it all, that she confused excitement with love, danger with meaning. She wrote about watching Lily grow up on Facebook from a distance, how she cried when she saw her first violin recital posted by a mutual friend. I thought about the woman she used to be, the one I fell for in the library, the one who stayed up with me during finals and made late-night pancakes when we were broke. That version of her? I loved her, but that version didn't exist anymore. And love, real love, needs to be present, not remembered. I put the letter back in the box and latched it shut. I no longer hated her. That surprised me, but I didn't forgive her either. That didn't surprise me at all. What she took wasn't just money. It was time, trust, years I would never get back. But I had built something stronger in the ruins, something she couldn't break. A new home, a new life, a daughter who knew what it meant to be loved with consistency, not excuses. Final scene. The next morning, Lily burst into the room holding an envelope. Dad, college letter. She was 17 now, all fire and grace. I watched her tear it open, read the words silently, then scream in disbelief. I got into Columbia. I hooped, nearly dropping my coffee. You did it. We danced in the kitchen like idiots, me in socks, her twirling like a kid again. In that moment, nothing else mattered. Not the betrayal, not the past. Just her and everything ahead. You're going to New York, I said, grinning. And I'm going to make you proud, she said, hugging me hard. You already have. She left that fall brave and brilliant. On the day she moved, Erin sent a message. Just 4 words. Please tell her goodbye. I showed Lily. She read it, paused, and said, You can tell her I'm not angry, but I'm done waiting. And just like that, we both let go. Some endings are messy. Some are painful. But ours? Ours was earned. Because healing isn't loud, it's quiet. It's the sound of keys and a new front door. The laughter of a child growing up safe. The silence where sorrow used to live. And the peace that comes when you finally stop looking back. Months after the divorce, I got a call from the bank. A routine audit had flagged suspicious activity on the joint account, but it wasn't just Erin's name on the withdrawals. It was mine. Or rather, someone pretending to be me. Turned out Ryan, Erin's lover, had forged my signature on a number of withdrawals after Erin gave him access. When she realized what he'd done, he disappeared, along with nearly $90,000. She never told me because she was afraid I'd press charges against her too. She didn't just lose her marriage. She'd been used, too. I didn't forgive her, but I didn't press charges either. Some betrayals destroy the betrayer more than betrayed ever could. A year after the dust settled, Erin was arrested. Turns out she had embezzled money not just from our savings, but from her job too. The Italy trips, the luxury gifts, the cash she gave Ryan, some of it came from company funds. Her firm filed charges, and she ended up with felony and a 3-year probation. I heard through a friend that Ryan ghosted her the moment the investigation started. Meanwhile, Lily and I moved into our new house last summer. She painted a mural in her room, bright sunflowers and stars. Erin stole our money for a man who ran. I rebuilt a life for a daughter who stayed. 10 years later, Lily graduated magna cum laude. Erin showed up at the ceremony. I didn't recognize her at first. Time had been unkind. She looked older than her age, smaller somehow. She sat in the back and didn't speak to anyone. When it was over, she approached Lily with tears in her eyes. "I know I don't deserve a moment of your time, but I'm proud of you," she said. Lily hugged her, just once, then walked away. Later that night, Lily told me, "I forgave her today, but forgiveness isn't a bridge. It's just a release." And I realized we both finally let go. Her picture still in the box. Every year on Lily's birthday, I open the same wooden box, the one that held remnants of love that died too young. I never burned the photos, never shredded the letters. I didn't need to. They no longer held power. On Lily's 21st, I handed her the box, told her it was time she decided what to do with the past. She looked inside, smiled faintly, and pulled out a single photograph, not of Erin, but of the 3 of us on a beach when she was 5, before everything fell apart. "This part," she said, "I'll keep. The rest I don't need." And together, we threw the rest into the fire. I never responded to Erin's pleas, but I watched from a distance. Ryan left her. She filed for bankruptcy, ended up working retail to survive. Then one night, I mailed her a check, $2,500, just enough to give her hope. She cashed it within a day. The next morning, my lawyer filed a civil suit. The check was bait, proof she accepted funds from me after a fraud conviction. This time, she couldn't afford a lawyer. She lost everything. Was it petty? Maybe, but some scars it for justice. And mine? It finally stopped burning.